Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Septera's Room. I've just been going through all of my papers in my boxes and in my stash, and I have a ton of papers, especially single-sided papers. And I thought I wanted to make something really quick and simple using the papers that I have. And I thought I would make some pockets, and these are the pockets that I have made, and these ones are, I call them an open window frame pocket. So if you love making pockets like myself, this is a fun way to make the pockets using your papers that you have, especially single-sided papers. I'm going to show you how to make this really quickly, and you can make these in any size you like, any height you like. And I've made these in a couple of different ways, and I'll show you how I've made them. And they're just so cute and simple and great to add bits and pieces in here, goodies, ephemera, tags, little mini booklets, anything you like. I'll also show you what you can fit in these pockets and how much space there is in here for you to put your goodies in here. Then you can pop it in a nice seal bag, gift it for a crafty friend, or if you want to swap some craft goodies, you can make these pockets and add all of your fun stuff in there, package them up, and then you can swap them with your crafting partner. Great for tea bag sachets, gift cards, little notes, really anything you want to use these for. You can put photos in here, and this is a nice window frame, so you can also put a photo inside as the first part of your goodies, and then there is like an image there that you can put there, and then add all of the rest of the photos at the back. Yeah, so let me just show you the ones that I've made. This one here is a 4x3 size window pocket. You could also decorate the front and add some embellishing and just decorate the front a little bit more if you wanted to do that. You can add some word sentiments. I also just used some more of my paper scraps, and then just cut them into a 2-inch length, corner round at the corners, and I just glued it to the back of the pocket part there just to decorate the top part of the pocket. So you can see that there is a lot of room, really fun to make. And this is another one. These two are the same size. I made the tab part a little bit longer. Just wanted to use up my little paper scraps to finish it off. So that's just another way to do that. This one here is a little bit different. You can see that this is sort of like a larger opening. This one has a more of a smaller window opening. I made this with a little tuck pocket here on this side, so you can add some small tags, some stickers, postage stamps, little word sentiments. So that's just another little tuck spot, and then at the back here is your pocket. This one here is a bit of a longer one, so if you have some tags, you want to send some tags, or you're doing some tag swaps, this would be a great height to add your tags in here. I'm going to show you what you can fit inside this size here. This is a 3x4 size one. I've got a few bits and pieces that I've made along in the past in my other videos. So I'm going to just show you some of the fun things you can add in here to give you some idea. I just cut here a piece of single-sided paper and corner around at the two corners, enough to fit inside the pocket. I made a little bit shorter in width, but a little bit higher in height. So I just wanted to be able to put that in there, but just make it a little bit higher, so you can still see a little bit of the little note card that goes inside. This is a pocket and tag. I made one of these in my previous video. It's a coordinating tag and pocket. So that goes inside. That would fit in there as well. So how cute does that look already? I also made one of these window pocket envelopes. I won't take it out, but it opens up and there is a spot where you can add some word quotes or anything you want. That fits in there nicely too. There's still heaps of room to add more pieces in here. You can even add fabric samples, trims, anything that'll fit in there. This is an envelope that I've made. then that would be a nice way. You can add a bunch of envelopes into the pocket and give an assortment of different envelopes. And just sort of move it around to make it look nice and pretty. Lay them out nicely. This is a vellum flip page note card or journaling card. That looks a bit there like that. So that looks really cute like that. And there's still room if I wanted to add a couple more bits and pieces. So this is a 3x4 size pocket with a bunch of goodies in here that you could fit. This is the tag shape size. This would, that'll fit in there, and that'll fit in there. So that fits nicely. And how pretty does that look already? Just having that in there. And it's nice to have a pattern back that shows where the window part is. So that'll be another cute way to add a coordinating tag pocket in there. I don't know if that will fit in there. If that will fit in there. That won't fit. An envelope fit in there. Envelope fits in there nicely. So that all would also fit in there. That might fit. You can always trim it down if you want to add something. So that looks cute. You can even add some vellum too, if you wanted to add vellum to cover that up. And then this is this one. So this is a wider one. So if you have things that are a little bit more wider that you want to fit inside, you can do that. This is a pocket inside another pocket. So let me show you how easily it is you can make this. Just use your paper stash. This is a perfect crafting on a budget project. If you're a beginner to paper crafting or you want to make some pockets, this is a perfect beginner project. Okay, let me just put these bits and pieces to the side. You can also add these into your journals or planners. So what you want to do is decide the size of the pocket you want. That's going to be the back part. So whatever size you want your pocket to be, you're going to cut that paper. I'm going to make one same as this size, 3x4 size. I'll also then show you how I make this one with the little tuck pocket there. We'll make this one first. This is a 3x4 size. Again, make them whatever size you like as your base. I've got here a bunch of papers I've just grabbed from my box, so I don't know what I've got here. Let me just pick out. I'm going to pick out a paper for the base, and then I'll pick out another piece of paper for the border part to go in the front. So you just need 2 pieces of paper to make this. So let me find the back that I'll use. I've got that. I'll be really quick and just pick out something. I might make something a bit bright so we can see it better. So I think I might do this orange one as the base, and then I want to pick a piece that's going to be for the border. You know what, since I've got this large one, this is the large green one, I think this would look better with that. Let's do this one. I'll make one. Let me cut this out. So this part will be this back part. So I'm going to cut that piece at 3x4 inches. Let's cut a piece of this at 3x4. I'm guessing that's where it's going to be. You can mass make these and just keep them to the side, and whenever you need some pockets, you've got a few already on hand. This will be the back part. I've got this piece, this paper. This is going to be the border. What we're going to do here, the height is 3 inches and the bottom part here is 4 inches. So what we want to do is we want 2 pieces that's going on this side at 3 inches height, and we're going to cut the strip at 1.5 inches. So let me just work this out without wasting the paper. we can do this way. So let me just cut let me cut out this branding strip, this edge bit. Don't need that. What I want is 2 pieces at 3 inches by 1.5 inches. So this is a 6-inch size, perfect. So I'm just going to cut these out first. And I'll show you. Okay, I've got 2 pieces here cut at 1.5 inches by 3 inches. I've got 2 of those. They're both going to go on that side. So whatever the height of your pocket base, you're going to cut that in that height and then by 1.5 inches wide. The bottom part will be whatever the width, which is 4 inches. And we're also going to cut that strip at 1.5 inches as well. So let me cut this at 1.5 inches. And then for the width is 4 inches. Once you've got the measurements, you'll know how to put them together really easily. So we've got 2 of those. They're going to go on that side. And we've got the 4-inch wide one that's going to go at the bottom like that. And they're all the same width, 1.5 inches. We're going to cut another piece for the top part, and I've just cut mine the same at 4 inches, but this one we're going to cut the width at 1/2 inch. So let me just cut this at 1.5 inch wide, and the width of the pocket was 4 inches. So we have 4 pieces to create the window frame for the base. So let's do that one first. What I might do is I might I'll cut all the papers out now so then I don't have to use this trimmer again later. For this one, if you want this size, this one is 4.5 inches by 3 inches. So we'll make one at the same size as this one. Let me grab another piece of paper for this pocket style. I'm just going to pick one out of frame. I'm going to use this one, I think. Then I'm going to use these 2 papers. I think we will use those. We'll use this one. We'll use this one. All right, so we've got this one. Let me cut this out. So it was 3 inches by 4.5. And I've got the base 4.5. I've got the base for this one. Now I want to create the part for the frame. So it was 3 inches. So we want 2 for that side at 3 inches and the long piece at 4.5. I'm going to go that way first so I don't waste the paper. Let's go 1.5 inches. Let's see if I've got enough. Hope I've got enough. All right, and then we'll go 4.5. That's for the bottom part down there. Then we need 2 for the side, and that's at 3 inches. Oh, look at that, perfect. But I'm going to need a piece for the top. That's okay, we can just grab a different piece of paper. Let me see. Do that. Okay, let's just do that. Let me cut 1.5. I may not have enough to create the top. So what I'm going to use another scrap piece of paper to make it. So I don't quite have enough to finish the top, which is fine. So this is where you get to play around with your papers and we don't have enough of the pattern paper, just find another piece to finish it off at the top. So I need another strip, and this is not wide enough. So let me just find something else that I could use to add to it. What other colours have I got? Maybe. Sorry, I'm off camera here. You know what? We can use this one. Yeah, this is fine. Let's use this piece. I know it's a bit of a waste for a big paper for a 1/2 inch strip, but I've got that many papers. I might as well use them. So that's the 1/2 inch strip. And we'll cut that 4.5. Okay, so what do we have here for this one? Actually, I've just realized, sorry, I just realized this is a little bit different because it's wider. I'm just making this as I go because I only just made these pockets earlier on. So that one we don't need, we need that. So we need a wider one because we've got this wider piece. So thankfully I've got this piece. So we're going to use this piece. This is about 4. Cut this down. Doesn't really matter. We just need a bigger piece, and then we'll work with that. And then I've got this piece. But we'll go to this one after, so as not to confuse. Let's put that one to the side. Let's make this one. And all we're going to do is fold all these pieces in half, except for that little small strip. So fold these in half, all 3 pieces. Okay, so we have 1 piece for that side, 1 for that side. I'm just looking at the patterns, what I'd like showing. That one's going to go there. We'll get some glue. We'll grab 1 piece. We're going to add glue to the back or to one side. And we're going to put the base of the pocket like that, glue that part to the back. Just try and line it all up. So that's glued to the back, and that part isn't glued. We'll grab this piece and we're going to glue on that side. Do the same and place the base in front. They both should be glued at the back. We have this piece for the bottom. We're going to do the same thing. Glue the back and we'll place that. So you can see they're all glued to the back there. And once that's nice and glued down, we're just going to place a little bit of glue just to that edge there and on this edge here, and we'll glue that up, and that will create the bottom part of the window. We have that strip that was cut at 1/2 inch and by the width of your pocket, and that's going to be placed at the top like that. So what we'll do, we just add a little bit of glue at the top edge there, bit of glue up there, and then we'll just place that and glue that down. Just got to get all this glue down. And there you have a open window frame pocket. Really easy and simple to put together. You can then decorate the top with one of like a page, like a little tab up the top there, or we can just leave it like that. Now that one's done. To make this one, I cut the measurement a little bit different. So what we're going to do, this is the same as this one. You have the piece that's at 1.5 inches by the width. That's going at the bottom there. You have one side, I'm going to use this one. And that's going to go on that side. You want a longer piece. The height is the same, 3 inches in height. But you want this to be a bit longer. So you want it, let me see, this is about 3 3/4 inches. And that's going to go on that side. You can probably cut a little bit shorter than that. I might cut that off, so just cut it off a little bit shorter. This part here, you make it to whatever width you want. So let's just put this together. Again, we're going to fold one side. We won't fold this one yet. I'm just going to fold this over, like we've done the other ones. Fold the bottom one in half as well. And then this piece, so that's going to go in like that. With this piece, decide how far in you want your paper to be to create the window, as long as you allow a little bit of room to create a fold so that it could adhere to the back. So in my case, I'm just going to have mine probably about that much of an opening for the window. And then I'm just going to fold this back. So this one is, you just play around with this part, as long as you've got enough to be able to glue that part down to the base. So that's going to go like that. That will go there, and that's going to go in the front. I mean, I might even trim that down a little bit. I want it a little bit more of a bigger window. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Just a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. We'll put that together. So same thing, we just glue here. We'll have that side. We've got those two parts glued in place. We've got this piece. We're going to do the same. What side do I want? I'll go this way. We're going to add glue to the back, like we did, like the other one. And in this case, instead of gluing, we are just going to add glue a little bit to that edge, and then a little bit just along the inside, where you think inside of this edge of the part there, as well as just here. That way we can create a little tuck pocket in the front. So just a little bit of glue on the inside of that edge there, and we can seal that off. So you should have the glue there and just in there, and then you've got yourself like a little tuck pocket there. we've got that strip that's going to go on the top. Because I ran out of the same pattern, just grabbed another piece of paper and we'll do that, glue along the edge and there. We'll just drop that on the top to finish it off. So you can mix and match your window border with different papers too. You don't have enough of the same pattern paper. And now that should give us a little tuck pocket in the front, just like this one. And you can also do the same thing and add one of these tabs on the top. So these are just another fun way to make some windows, creating a open window frame. Use the papers that you have in your stash like I have. I just want to, I haven't bought any papers for a couple of months or so now, because I've got so many papers and I just want to have fun playing with what I have. And this was a great way to do that. Lots of single-sided papers, double-sided papers, any weight you have, your digitals. Have fun making these, and I hope you enjoyed this pocket idea, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Bye for now.